Attending this presentation, you're open to the truth as it can be known, following new ideas and actions, making for a better way of life. I am Inner Peace artist James Coleman. This is Inner Peace Arts Unscripted. Writer, speaker, coach on spirituality, personal development, and spiritual and social change. That's basically what an inner peace artist is. Stick around till the end and I'll tell you about where you can find out more about my properties and email me, etc. A little marketing there. But of course, if you look at older videos, it's right in the beginning. So anyway, today I am talking about words as binders. And in particular, I'm going to talk about a particular conversation. It's a short conversation, but we're going to take it apart a little bit and excuse me, understand how it works, why it works, and get into a little bit of the energy of words, imaginations, etc. But the basic idea is about binders and things that stop you from doing what you need to do, want to do, and how you can undo it, right? Because the point is, if you're an agent and free agent, I need to learn how to do what needs to be done. And if there's, and you can, I'm sharing personal experience here, but you have an idea about something that you want to do. And I'll just share, exactly what it is so that, and I usually don't do this. I like to have, speak in generalities so that you can fill it in with your own imagination. But every once in a while, we do learn by modeling. And as much as I want people's imaginations to be exercised, modeling is one of the ways that we humans learn and learn quickly. And so I'm going to share a bit about what's happening right now and what I've done, at least to get rid of the feeling, and we can talk about, monitor my next steps. Basically, I will share that the stuff that I present here works. The ideas work. If you stick around and watch the presentations, you will be changed. It will have a positive impact. That positive impact doesn't cost you, cost you whatever your expenses are in order to actually access the properties and presentations. But other than that, it is the offering that's made available so that people can experience this. And hopefully, enough people will experience it such that a community will be born and it will change the way people live together, the way people talk about things together, create a different kind of a group dynamic. Anyway, we're talking about binders. And the situation is basically one of, I'll just call it evangelism, of being able to go and, talk to people about inner peace arts and about the profiling of who that person is. And let's just say I imagine there's a person who I think that I should talk to or mention these things to or whatever. When I first thought of it, I had this weird feeling inside, and it was a stopping feeling that said, and at the end of the day, the driving words behind, I'm not going to say voice, but the driving words behind the stoppage was, you can't do that. And it was really quite paralyzing. And here, this is just me. Nobody's around. Nobody's talking to me. Nobody's telling me what to do. This is just me talking to me. And I felt this feeling that said, you can't do that. And I didn't know what to do when it happened. I mean, it was very strong. And then, I thought about it, and I thought about words as binders. I thought about enculturation. I thought about all the things that keep people from talking to each other, that close off the public forum because the people around you can't be, you feel as though the people around you can't be trusted. You feel as though everybody just wants something from you. You feel as though no one's giving to you, no one's interested in your agenda. Listen, even here, Inner Peace Arts, I have an agenda, but my agenda is about agency and really about providing a place for agency and building free agents. And I don't think there's anything else out there like it. You can find things that are going to help you with specific problems. You want confidence, you want to be able to improve your relationships, you want to be able to meet people, you want to improve your career, blah, blah, blah. The list goes on and on. But the underlying notion of agency and what it is, and this is unique. Anyway, words as binders. And I had this feeling, and the words that came were, you can't do that. And it really reminded me of how powerful that internal voice is, and especially if that internal voice is operating unconsciously or subconsciously or below the level of your consciousness, whatever you want to call that area. You won't even know that you're paralyzed. So anyway, I said, you can't, the words came, you can't do that. And I realized that I used some choice words that I'm not going to repeat here. But I said, blank, blank, I'm going to do it anyway. And I repeated that and repeated it, and I could feel the power of those words being broken up. Now, first of all, the statement, you can't do that, right? The implication there is that it's usually referencing a doable action. So when you hear that, you can't do that, this is not like, okay, you can't time travel, okay? So this is not about breaking technological limitations, this you can't do that, all right? This is like when someone says to you, you can't do that. You can't be a lawyer. You can't be a doctor. Whatever it is in your heart to do, to be, and they say you can't do that. This is that kind of you can't do that, okay? And you have to come against it. You have to stand against it. And the words that I used to myself were like it's like, get off me. I'm breaking that. I'm not going to be bound by that, right? And whatever it takes for you to get that off of you, whatever words you use, you choose, whatever, that's what you do. Especially if the thing that you want to do is, reflective of who you are, is going to help people, is in line with, your values, etc. I don't want to get too deep into that. But when there's not, at the end of the day, there's nothing wrong with it, or that it's going to be helpful, and that the considerations of wrongness are wrong, or the considerations of wrongness are not appropriate to the context in which you want to do it. And so that's the lesson. So I know I've mentioned in previous episodes that a lot of them are meta. This is not meta. This is like down to earth, get it done. If you've ever said to yourself, or heard in yourself, or felt in yourself, you can't do that, you say to yourself, I can do what I want, or I can do it anyway, or whatever words, energies that represent that breakage, and you do it until it breaks, and then you do it, right? So this is not about going out and doing things in that fear. This is about, and listen, sometimes you have to do things in the fear. Sometimes you have to break the fear first in order to do it. Like, this is just how life is. So this is an example of breaking it before taking that action, because because in breaking it, you can then imagine yourself doing the action and exploring that path. And that's so important, to be able to imagine yourself doing it. And so if you hear it, that's what you do. And it could save your life. It could be that break that you need to do the thing that will set you free. It could be that break that you need to actually approach that person and say what's in your heart and come to reconciliation, or come into relationship, or make them aware of your offering, or get that job interview, or whatever, because you can. And that's the honest truth. James Coleman, Inner Peace Arts Unscripted. I said I would share the properties. InnerPeaceArts.wordpress.com is the blog. InnerPeaceArts1 at Facebook and Twitter, and you can email me at InnerPeaceArts@protonmail.com. Yevarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha, Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'yichuneka, Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. Thanks be to stream in distinction, by stream, in stream, for stream, with stream, all stream. Take care.